Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. We are here for the final hour, Stock Markets with Bruce, for Friday, January the 7th. It is 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Options are expiring in the next hour, so there will be all kinds of activity to watch. And we're going to close down the week of trading, the first week of the new year. It's been bad for the NASDAQ stocks. I mean, terribly, you know, crushing, no, but it's been a down week. Dow has been pushing new highs. The shift has been on all week from growth stocks to low PE multiple stocks, from I guess growth to value stocks. Although I don't know if this is going to have a lot of legs for a long period of time. I don't know if it's going to last long. Some people I think are selling off some shares that they shouldn't be selling, because I don't think FANG stocks are done for, or they can't keep performing well, or something like, for example, Microsoft's going to start not making money all of a sudden, or Apple's earnings are going to fall off the table. I just don't think so. The demand is there globally. The money is there. The products are priced right. Just it's just my thinking. But anyway, Googles of the world, Facebooks of the world will continue to do very, very well. They'll have tremendous profits, and the Nasdaq 100 will likely have a serious surge. Down the road, whether it's next week, next month, but there will be a time where Nasdaq stocks, to the Nasdaq 100, and a bunch of the S&P 500s will be picked up because they're just too cheap. But hey, you can't go against momentum. Momentum is what it is, and sometimes momentum goes too far one way or the other. I don't know. We'll see. The Dow's up 123 points here, holding its own, near the high of the day, not quite, but close to it. S&P is down 3.8. NASDAQ is down 85. NASDAQ was worse than this. So was the S&P, but they have not had that sort of a 11 o'clock rally that the Dow had. The Dow was at its low of the day between just short of 12 o'clock Eastern time today. Let me take a look here at my chart. Yeah, around 11 o'clock Eastern, the Dow was at its low of the day, which is 36,111. Right now, it's 36,351. So we're 240 points higher than the low of the day on the Dow. And at that time, the Dow was down for the day, but now it's up 116 points at 36,352. The high of the day, 382. 30 points away from here is the high of the day, and that was 11:30. We went from 11 to 11:30, from the low of the day to the high of the day, backed off just a bit, 40 points, and been flatlining ever since, not giving up this gain. It's a good sign. S&P, like I say, and NASDAQ, they also bottomed out, but then they didn't recover like the Dow did. They partially recovered, but they remained negative. And that's where we've been with this market today so far for Friday. On the stocks that we follow fairly closely here, Rocket Lab, the shares hit a low at just around 11 today of 1057. They had hit the high earlier in the morning at 1108. So they popped up to 1108 this morning, went down to 1057. Now we're at 1082. We're up 16 cents on the day. So Rocket Lab is holding its own with a gain, but 1.6 million shares, and it is sort of stalled out here and hasn't been able to muster any more momentum to the upside. SoFi started off very well this morning. First 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it went up to 1440. And there was talk around here, maybe we'll see 15 today. It's on its way. Nope, 11 o'clock, bottomed out at 1362, about an 80-cent drop, I guess. From the high, we're now at 1386. So we're about 20-something cents, 22 cents, 24 cents off of the lows. 23.8 million volume. That's a light day today. It's very quiet. Not a heavy day on SoFi today. But it started off like a house on fire. Heavy volume, good up move, and then it just petered out and got quiet. Gamestop, wow, what a story. We opened at 160 bucks, basically. 160.31 was the high trade of the day within seconds. This stock last night in the aftermarket, when the news broke about the NFT thing and all this, it hit upwards of 175 last night. It never saw 175 this morning in the pre-market, but it started today here at 160, and that was $30 higher than yesterday's close. It backed off all the way down to 132.50 on a slow and steady, just a slow, steady drop. 2 o'clock was the low on Gamestop. That was about an hour ago. 132.50. Right now, 137.09-ish, 136.5 to 137 is where we're hanging around with 10,700,000 volume, which is substantially more than what we've had lately. We've been doing around 2 million a day. So this is certainly 5 times what we've been doing lately. But I've heard nothing from the company. This Wall Street Journal article came out about GameStop last night at the end of the day. And the news sounds positive, sounds exciting, sounds really unique, intriguing. But there's been no follow-up on this news from any other real sources. And the company itself has been, I think, completely silent about it. I don't think they've said a word. If I am reading everything right, sitting at 137 a share ballpark. Looking at a press release listing here. Nope, no press release from the company today officially. No, nothing, absolutely nothing. So we're on our own to kind of guess for ourselves just what the future of the company holds. And I guess investors out there, they traded it, but it was, would go down 2 steps, up 1, down 2 stairs, up 1, down 2 stairs, all morning long till lunch hour, held on for a while, and then dropped again at 2 o'clock. And now we're back to 136.71, up 568 on the day. Now 136.98, almost up $6, but 10.7 million shares. And I don't know what the rest of the day brings us, but this is a disappointment, considering, what a run we had overnight last night. And there was a lot of talk that, wow, gee, maybe we'll go to 180 to 200 again. That wouldn't take too much. Well, it took more than what the stock could do today. Of course, 10 million shares of volume is 1/6 of all the shares outstanding. But we might have needed 20 million to really be getting going here. I don't know. Some people took advantage of this gain to sell out and trying to buy back. There's a lot of day trading going on GameStop. Let's not forget that either. 137.15 right now. It's slowly climbing, but it's quiet. Matterport, 15.74 right now, down 56 cents. The low of the day was hit twice. It looks like we hit the low of the day at 15.35 around 11 o'clock this morning. And then just after 2 o'clock, we kind of came to that level just about again. We're now at 15.73. So we're higher, about 35 to 38 cents off of the lows, still down 57 cents a share on 6.1 million. The high was first thing this morning, first 15 minutes, 16.83, now 15.73. We're $1.10 lower than the high of the day, and it looked great this morning. Looked great that we were on our way for a bit of a run, and it's just not to be at this point. Is there a recovery in the last hour? Stick around, I'll let you know. 23andMe started up, went down, now it's up again. We opened around 626, got up to 629, went down to 603, 11 o'clock. Now we're at 622. So we're 7 cents from the high of the day. We're up a penny on 2.1 million shares. And so ME has been just, battling its way back all day. Spire, $2.95.5. $2.95.5. The stock has traded 546,000 shares. The low was $2.90 just around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So in the last hour, we're now at $2.96.5. The high was $3.12 right after the 15-minute mark on the opening. Looked great, back to $3.12. Thought maybe another 10-20 cents beyond that would go to $3.30. We'd have a partial recovery for the week. No way. The low of all time is $2.90, and that was at 2 o'clock. In the last hour, we hit the all-time low for this company's stock. This is a $10 SPAC, now trading at $2.96. No idea when the selling will stop. ATIP, 308.9 cents, up 5.9 cents. We got these tenth of pennies going through here. We opened at 303, went up to 315 and a half, got down. The low was 303. We've touched that, I think, 3 times on the opening, 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Since 12 o'clock, though, we've bounced back up. We're now at 309, and we're ahead on the day. We're up on it. We've been up almost all day long, have not been negative. 518,000 shares on ATIP. Smart Rent, 766, $7.66 on Smart Rent. Opened at 821 to 824 range, the high of the day, 824, right in the first 15 minutes. And then by 10:30, we hit the low of the day, 749. And the battle has been to kind of bring it back, but the stock just doesn't want to seem to break through 760, 770 right now. Still down 53 cents on 2.2 million. We've got we got volume, but we just don't have an update today on Smart Rent. Not happening. Cyxtera is having an update. Cyxtera started low by 10 o'clock this morning. Cyxtera had hit its low of the day of 11.47, and so it was down 20 something cents. Then it went straight up for about 2 hours and hit the high around 12:15 of 12.04. Right now, 11.90. It's up 28 cents on 181,000 shares. Virtually no volume, really dead quiet. But it is 28 cents higher, but I have no news on the company anywhere. The all-time high on this one, 12.79. So, the stock is 80 cents away from its all-time high. Cyxtera is kind of hanging around, but hasn't managed to hit new highs the last day or two. But we're at 11.90. There you go. That's there's 5 greens and a couple of reds, 4 reds on the first 9 that we're following. And right now I'm showing 17-cent gain on Rocket Lab, 5 cents on SoFi, a 6.59 gain on Gamestop at 137.62. It looks like 137.87. We might be going for 138 again on GameStop, a little better. Matterport down 59. ME up a penny. It's fought all its way back. Spire down a dime. ATIP now up 8.5. Smart Rent down 52, and Cyxtera up 28 cents. That's where we're at with our top 9 stocks that we follow. AMC is up 49 cents. It's been up all day pretty well. Started off with a bang. AMC got the 24.30. That's as high as it got, but it's at 22.95 now. The low 22.44 around 11 this morning. 43.9 million volume. Not heavy enough to really run this stock right now. Robinhood at $16 on the nose, 41 cents higher. The all-time low, 14.80. I think that was set maybe yesterday, day before. Vanek Vectors is down 7.64 at 298.56. It opened strongly at 306 and gave it all up in the first hour and a half. By 10:30, we were down to 296 a share, and we're now 298. We're not recovering a lot here, but it gave up $10. Home Depot down 10.77, opened at 403 to 404.09. Right off the bat, 404.09, low of 393, an $11, practically $11 drop within 2 hours, and we've been down here ever since. We're 395. We're not recovering on Home Depot right now. Doesn't look like it. IBM is negative all day, but it's about to turn the corner. I think it's coming back. We're down only 18 cents. The low of the day, just before 11 o'clock, was 133.51. It's now 135.16. But this stock did hit 141.84, 141.84, day before yesterday. Looks like that's where it was, I think. So we've come back $6 from the high of just a couple of days ago. It looked just like it was unstoppable. It was just going. The Dow right now up 92 points. S&P down 8.5. NASDAQ down 103. Microsoft is positive $1.05 at 314.93. It was as high today as 316.49. But as low as 310. We've only had a $6 swing on the stock, and we're at 315.04 up 116 a share. Over on Apple, we opened nicely with a high price of 174.14, got down to 171.03. That was again. Pardon me, just hang on a second. Let me double check this. Yeah, 174 was the high in the opening. We got down to 171 around 11 o'clock. We're now at 173.08, up $1.08. Microsoft, let's recap this one more time. We opened strongly to 316.49. By 10:30, we were down to 310. Now we're back to 314.91, up $1. So Microsoft has recovered its losses. So has Apple. Tesla has not. It opened up to 1,080. That's as good as it could get. And then it dropped to $1,010 a share an hour ago. Right now, 1,027. So we're down on the day on Tesla, $37. Bed Bath Beyond had an upstart and then down, and we've been down here at 13.82. We're down 61 cents. We've been here for a while. BlackBerry up 7 cents, flat line here at 8.85. Royal Caribbean started with a smooth ride up, went straight up this morning from 78.40 up to the high of the day of 82.50 or so, just around noon. And we're at 81.18 at this point, holding a gain on Royal Caribbean of 326 a share. Goldman Sachs started flats, went up a little, went to the low of the day, 394.50 around 11 o'clock, got up to 400 at about noon, and now we're back to 397, only up 21 cents and slipping at the end of the day right now, with now 43 minutes to go on the day. Cisco started little gain with a lot, then a loss at 11 o'clock. We were down to 60.50, 60.67 was the low. We're now at 61.42, up 51 cents on Cisco. So a little bit of a recovery here, nothing dramatic, but it is holding its gains. Norwegian is up 90 cents, Carnival's up 85, Amazon down $13, been negative most of the morning. Facebook is holding on to a 74-cent gain, and Google negative all day, down $12.35 is where we are right now. Costco down $11 to $5.38. The high was $5.71. Earlier this week on Costco, we're down $5.38. This morning we got down to $5.34 for a bit. So that's giving up ground. Walmart is up $1.63. It looks like Walmart hit a high of $1.52. That was a little while ago. That was more than that. Let me think a minute. Here we go. Yeah, that was back in November, early November. That's when it hit its highs, $1.52. So it's $1.45 right now. But today it is up $1.63. Let's see. Who else are we watching here? American Airlines at $19.30, up 74 cents. Netflix, $5.39, down $13. Netflix was as high as $700 a share. Just back in November, just a couple months ago. It's given up almost $140. That is a 20% pullback for Netflix. That's correction territory, big time correction territory. Moderna down $1.42 at $2.14. We are at the bottom end on the Moderna right now. Don't seem to have much resistance, much more need to go lower. The stock does not seem to want to go any lower than this. There it is. 17-cent gain on Rocket Lab, a 2-cent gain on SoFi, 6.19 gain on GameStop, 137.22. We're down 73 cents on Matterport with just a sharp drop in the last couple minutes, about 20 cents. ME unchanged. Spire down a dime. ATIP up 7.2. SmartRent down 53. And Sextera up a quarter. Those are the stocks that we are following here at the moment. That's where we are at. Now, the Dow is up 106, holding its gain. It's been very good since 11 o'clock. It's come up and held this gain now. S&P is down 6.4 and NASDAQ down 96. Oil down 59 cents a barrel to 78.87. That's where we are on oil. Okay. That's that. What can I say? That's it. That's what I'm showing. Okay. What else? Hey, Bruce, thank you very much, says Kent. I wrote a 155 GameStop when you told us to this morning. Bought back for the largest one-day win I've had so far. Thank you. You're really good at this. I'm really glad to hear that. I know that I told you folks right off the bat this morning, within the first 30, 40 minutes when we saw what was going on with the markets and how, GameStop was reacting. I was then saying to you guys, it's time to write calls, take advantage of these call rights and get in there right now and do it. And a lot of you began to write 155s, as I had mentioned you should. Some of you wrote 160s for this week and next week. Some wrote 165s. Some of you wrote 170s for next week. And you've all made money. Every one of you that wrote options today could already have bought them all back. And I hope you have. I hope you've locked in a nice little profit. Some of you may have been able to flip a few contracts here and there, back and forth and back and forth. But this was a tailor-made day for this kind of thing. I would prefer the stock would be higher. I mean, I'm preferring this kind of a wave rather than just 136.84 right now, up only 581. But it is what it is, and you've got to make your move when you make your move. It's as simple as that. Bruce, your explanation of the GameStop movements doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right, says Walter Bishop. The big move up came in the AM when most of the retail can't buy. If retail didn't buy in the AM, then it wasn't retail selling today. Well, retail investors can buy and sell the stock. I mean, you can do. By the way, I got a bowl of ice cream here, so don't mind me. I'm gonna have some ice cream. You can buy as a retail investor in the pre-market. It depends whether your brokerage firm allows it or not. Some brokerage firms will allow you to buy or sell in the pre-market, but you have to put in limit orders. You can't put in market orders. So you might do something like buy 100 GameStop at 135.50, and that's a buy order. That's a limit buy order. You can't put in an order at market. You can put in a sell order in 136.75 or something like that. And there were 2.5 million shares traded last night. A lot of retail investors and day traders were in there last night. But not options. That's the one thing we can't trade. We're not allowed to trade options in aftermarkets or pre-markets. Only during the regular market. Okay? That's it. Let's see. Cheddar, my hunch on GameStop turned to be right. Selling 400 GameStop at 165 last night turned out to be the right thing. Can buy back cheap. There's an example of a retail investor who sold last night. I was a little late writing a call because I expected it to come back, but I was able to write a 160 when the price was around like 150-ish. Let's see. I tried to write a call for Goldman Sachs. It did not get filled. Then I was working this morning. Glad to get tips early like that from you, says KW. Excuse me. Is Spire still a good idea to loading up, average down? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Just keep grabbing that Spire, put it away. Let's see. Work got in the way today, says Frumbler, and I missed writing a GameStop call. So instead of making the big bucks, I made $200 working a full day. I hate working for a living, though. I hate it. Let's see. Oh, man. Anyway, there you have it. That's the deal. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. 136.10 on GameStop. Up 510. The Dow is up 84. S&P up 9.5. NASDAQ down. S&P down 9.5, and NASDAQ down 110. Dow's up. The other two are off. Oil 78.84. Is SoFi a buy at the current price? SoFi is a buy under $25 a share. Period. Anytime it's under 25, you buy SoFi. You have money, You have cash available, you buy SoFi. It's $13.75. It's a screaming buy. It really is. A screaming buy. Thank you for the lesson, says Anti-PC. Someone's teaching Anti-PC something. Rocket Lab up 16. SoFi down 2. GameStop up 524. Dow's only up 75 now. We're slipping on the Dow. Matterport down 73. ME down a nickel. Spire down 12. ATIP is up 7 cents. Smart Rent down 54. Cyxtera up 21. It's a mixed bag. Definitely a mixed bag today. It's not all red. It's a frustrating market today. GameStop, very frustrating. Don't know if GameStop will have much of a rally here towards the end, but it is hanging around 136. The low today, 132.50 on GameStop. Rough crowd again today. Screaming Bargoon. Oh boy. Oh, the ice cream is wonderful. Had to have some energy today. Needed some of that ice cream energy to make it through the afternoon. I didn't want to fall asleep on you. This market is hardly inspiring. 72-point gain on the Dow, 11-point drop on S&P, and a 118 drop on NASDAQ. So, we're not getting a lot to talk about here. Let's see here. Cheers, Uncle Bruce at BWUSF. Thank you, Liz. What kind of ice cream is this? Oh, this is the Costco ice cream, the Costco premium vanilla ice cream with the with good old Hershey's chocolate sauce on top. I just love it after it melts a little bit, and it's still cold but very creamy. Oh, it's so good. Keeps me nice and skinny. It's really incredible. I lose weight eating this stuff. It's unbelievable. The more I eat, the skinnier I get. Sure. Hey man, I pay for bagel eating, not ice cream eating. You pay for both. We saw a after hours moonshot last night. Any other Reddit Wall Street bets memes explode tonight in the after hours? Lorraine, yesterday I wrote a call, GameStop 137. I was horrified this morning when the stocks went up. However, I rolled over twice with a minimal loss, about $50. Was able to hold on to my stocks. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Well done. Ooh, I like to melt peanut butter on vanilla. Oh my gosh. I like the hot fudge. Yeah, me too. I admit I love hot fudge too. You pay for the bagel eating, but the ice cream eating is free, says Scott. There you go. Now, see, that makes sense. Oh my, oh my, oh my. There you go. Oh, hot fudge and caramel. Woo-hoo. This ice cream is making me thirsty. Oh boy. We got a 14-cent gain on Rocket Lab, holding its own at 10.78. SoFi down a penny. GameStop 136.29. Matterport down 71 cents. ME down 7 now. Just turned the corner, was positive a couple minutes ago. Now it's down 7 cents. Spire down 13 pennies. ATIP up a nickel. Smart Rent down 52. Cyxtera up 19 cents. Dow's holding a gain of 74. The S&P is down 11. NASDAQ down 119. So we're not getting a big fat rally right now. We got a half an hour to go. Will there be any kind of an end of the week rally? I don't know. Look, thanks for the explanation there, Bruce, says Dr. Walter Bishop. I believe you, but I don't trust you. But I believe you. Now I want a Sunday, says KW. I never looked at it that way. Let's see. Michael Hunt says to John, put a tablespoon Um, Put a tablespoon of smooth peanut butter in a bowl and microwave for 20 seconds, then win. Ooh, my. Wow. My goodness. GameStop down 10% for the week, says Scully. I just bought 1,087 SoFi at 1367. Rock and roll. 1379 right now is where I see it. Liz, oh, nice drops. I'm only averaging down, still $20 average. I was horrified too, says Kevin. I wrote a 140 yesterday for next Friday. Missed out on the free money today, but the call is out of the money and may be able to close for a nice profit anyway. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Michael John Bickman, it's delicious. I mix with chocolate syrup too sometimes. Any ideas on puts on SoFi? SoFi puts. I've had a number of people talk to me about puts on SoFi, but I haven't seen good premiums, like really juicy premiums available, and so I have no put ideas for you. Just buy the stock, I guess. Let's see. Do you think we're headed back to the 120s on Monday for the GameStop? 11 million volume, and we're still down $25 from the day's high. Well, I don't know, Enrico. If we get a lot of talk over the weekend on Wall Street Bets and the other sites out there, Reddit and all the bloggers and stuff, there could be a lot of leakage of information coming out from certain sources that might make its way out to the whatever sphere out here. And then maybe the stock will push into the 140s and be in the mid 40s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I really don't know. The company GameStop, they can shock us at any time. I mean, they can blow us away. They come up with a story of some kind of a report, an update. Who knows? I mean, they might make a press release on Monday that they've signed a deal with several companies to do this whole NFT crypto thing and stand by for more. We are one press release away from GameStop that could really put in a 30, 40 million share buzz here, or maybe trade 20 million a day for like the whole week. I don't know. I'm not betting against them like in a big, big way. I think GameStop will be a real big winner from these levels. I just can't tell you when it's going to happen. You would have thought last night, seeing what we saw, you're going, here it is. This is it, right? Oh, we're gone now. This stock's going to be 180 today. No. So I don't know. What are you going to do? Gosh darn it. Okay. Wall Street Bets is already trashing GameStop because they bought options at the opening. Well, that's where all the speculators are. That's the way it is. That's why you make your money when you write options. That's why you're here. You're the writers. They're the buyers, and you've got the casino. They came to your casino. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. A lot of people talking to each other here, passing notes back and forth. It's all good. It's all good. We got a 20-cent gain on Rocket Lab, a little pop up here towards the end of the day. What's the 24 minutes to go? 26 minutes. SoFi down a penny. GameStop 136.45, hanging in there. Still Matterport still down 63 at 15.67. ME down a nickel. Spire down 11. ATIP up 7.5 cents. Smart Rent down 47. Looks a little better. Cyxtera still up 17 cents. IBM is still down 29, trying to come back to even. I don't know if it's going to make it, but it seems like it's trying. 71-point gain on the Dow, 75 make that now. Down 10 on S&P, down 111 on NASDAQ. Microsoft up 93 cents, Apple up 99 cents, Tesla down $39, Goldman up 85 cents, Cisco up 39, just, hanging in. We're just hanging in. That's it. That's what we're noticing here. SoFi now unchanged on the day. Okay. I don't know, Joshua, if any of the stocks we're following will make a difference. I have no idea. Um, we'll see what's going on. That's a far cry from what it used to be. Obviously, with the COVID right now, hopefully next year we'll be a lot closer to where we were in the past with big crowds and huge displays, and who knows what kind of deals will be announced. We'll see. We will be here to watch. We hope. Hope we stay healthy and keep right on going. Okay. Yeah. Man. Oh man. Oh man. Thank you for 168 thumbs up so far. I do appreciate that, everybody. Nice of you to do that on a Friday afternoon as we are grinding out the last bit of the trading week here. I'll tell you, it is a grind. Sure like to have a lot more happy action for you to talk to you about, but I can't make this stuff up. I have to tell you what's really happening and just go with it. That's all we can do, and that's the way it is. Thank you all for your participation. I think we're going a little higher on the markets right now. Not a lot, but a bit. The Dow is now up 85. S&P is down from 11. It's down now 9. And NASDAQ was down 120. It's now down 115. So we might have a bit of upward action coming. Thumbs ups are popping up now. 180. Thank you for that, everybody. Appreciate it. I agree, DQ. This is a crappy way to go to the weekend. I hear you there. It is what it is. We're paying the price here, folks. We are earning our stripes as we watch these markets do what they have to do. 136.40 on the Gamestop right now. Volume today is 11 million on Gamestop. SoFi 1378 unchanged on a volume now of 25.9 million. Rocket Lab 1086 up 21 cents, 1.8 million. Matterport 1572 down 58 cents, 6.5 million shares down from yesterday's volume. ME at 615 down 6 cents, 2.5 million, 2.5. Spire down 12.5 cents on 568,000. ATIP is traded 619,000. We're up 6.5 cents to 309.5 for ATIP. Smart Rent 772 down 47 cents. 2.3 million. We've had 2.3 million go through Smart Rent today. I don't know if there was a block trade or what went through there. 190,000 on Sextera at 1178 up 16 cents. Not very active and a little gain, but not on active volume. But that Smart Rent was interesting to see that kind of volume there. Not sure what's happening there. What else is happening here? Okay. Is the Fed speaking next week? I don't think so. Howdy, ha. So is the Golden Bagel Club $25 in addition to the monthly chat? Are they separate subscription, or does the Golden Circle get all? Okay, there are two memberships. One is $10. One is $25. The $10 membership, Chillin' with Uncle Bruce Club, you get the comment here. Use the emojis all you want, and you get occasional updates. On the $25 gold bagel level membership, you comment here, use your emojis. You also join me Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, primetime live, and you get daily pre-market commentary, live commentary from me every day, Monday to Friday when the markets are open. And that'll be to give you heads ups as to what to do. Like this morning, I told my viewers this morning who were watching that show, let's watch this GameStop together. Depending on how it opens up, we've got several scenarios, and I went through the scenarios this morning as to what you should do depending on what happens. Same thing I did with I did the same thing with Goldman Sachs, and talked about Cisco. All the option writing strategies, went through all of those this morning. So my option writers knew going into the morning what the plan could be. And when we opened for trading, or let me rephrase that. When I started my 8:30 show, Gold members knew what I was already going to talk about for the most part, and everyone else caught up with me as to how the pre-market was going. And then when the market began, we followed GameStop very closely, obviously, and stayed on top of every little trade. And a bunch of my gold bagel members who had been watching the gold bagel member show, they knew exactly what they would be doing. They started putting in their stink offers to write options, and immediately within half an hour, within an hour, all kinds of comments came in. I've written a call. I wrote some calls. I'm writing. I'm writing. I'm writing. I'm writing. I'm writing. And as the minutes passed and the hours passed after that, I bought them back. I bought them back. I put in stink bids. I got them. I got them back. I made my. Some folks made $300. Some folks made $500. Some folks made more. So we had a good run this morning on how the GameStop kind of started things off. And here we are. And that's the difference between the two levels. Okay. Um, let's see here. Chicago Transit. I'm thumbs up number 187. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, yep. DQ says, Yippee Kaye, Golden gets you everything on a $25 charge. And let's see. Let's go. Michael says, can we all agree that Bruce nailed the timing on writing GameStop covered calls today? Because he definitely did. Cheers for that. Thank you, sir. Alberto, yep, he did. Let's go. Red Soul also, if I had the portfolio to write covered calls on a 150 stock, it wouldn't be here. Got to remember, a lot of us don't have the portfolio size to drop 15 grand on a buy and a write. Mirko, nice day today. Was able to buy back the 130 GameStop put in the morning with a $1,200 profit since yesterday, and I sold a 162.5 covered call Jan 21 for $14.73 in the afternoon, and then sold that 130 put again at $24.97. Nice going, Mirko. You are getting it done now. Those lessons are paying off. It's coming together for you. Pat is number 192 thumbs ups. The call is already back to 450. I'm just laughing today. Beautiful job. Thank you, Uncle B and DQ. Yippee-ki-yay. You got it. Let's see. Uncle, I'm still baffled on how much we can make on covered calls. If we would have met you a couple of years ago, we would have retired a while ago. Well, make it now. You're here. We're here. Might as well make it now then. What the hey? Keep in mind too, though, Alberto, that today you can trade instantly on your phone, laptop, tablet. A few years ago, the platforms didn't exist like they exist now. So things have evolved. A few years ago, 10 years ago, you might have had to call a broker to do trades. There may or may not have been platforms, and the commissions would have been much higher, which could have held back trades, and the volumes weren't near what they are now. The liquidity is much better now. So I mean, it's an evolving business, and you're just taking a real good advantage of it, like a number of you folks are here. I mean, I cannot tell you how thrilling it is for me to know that this morning, when I'm talking to you about what's going on with GameStop here at 160, 158, 157, 156, you guys are writing calls and telling me about it. And I'm sitting here doing the mental math going, how many calls are being written right now by these investors? It's incredible how many you're doing. And then when you started buying them back, I'm going, oh my God, look at the thousands and thousands of dollars you guys are taking off the table. That it just they're yours for the taking. It's fantastic. You're able to do this every time. Many of you have watched 3, 4, 5 of my lessons, and you've been here for weeks, months, and you're really getting a handle on this option writing thing. And now for the rest of your lives, this is at your disposal to take advantage of again and again and again. I will tell you, you really need to know this. There are 367 of you here right now. 367 of you are here. And there are 367 million out there that are trading. And most of them, I mean, 95% of those traders out there either don't know a thing about options, don't want to know a thing about options, trade options, but they buy long, like they buy calls and try to sell calls. They're the Wall Street Bets crowd, the Reddit crowd, the blog crowd, whatever they're following, other YouTubers, whatever. But they don't do what you guys are doing. You guys are strategically writing contracts when the moment strikes, and you're zipping in there. And the best part about all this is that some of you are making thousands of dollars in a day, where if you could make a couple of grand in a week, you'd be happy. In a month, you'd be happy. You're doing this, every few days you pull another trade off here, another one there, another one there. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that you don't need to be trading every second of the day to make the living. You can strategically pick your target, make your move, set your pricing parameters for your option rights. You write your contracts, you've positioned yourself, and now you're crossing your arms and patiently waiting for the other side of that trade to go through. And then you're patiently waiting for your next opportunity to write the next one. And at the end of the month, you do your mathematics and you do your pluses and losses and you find out where you're at. And if you're an option writer, you don't lose money very often. You make money almost all the time. And some of you are doing this with very small profit margins. You're trying to make, like you're scoring with $50 gains, $80 gains, $90 wins, 120s, 140s, 180, $200 hits, $300 hits. But you're doing so many of them that when you add them up at the end of the month, you're going, oh my God, I'm making thousands of dollars a month. Thousands of dollars every month. And the better you get at it, the more comfortable you get at it, the more relaxed you are, the more lethal you become. Because if you're not nervous about putting in a trade, you calm down and go, okay, I'm going to write a call here. This becomes a regular, natural kind of a thing, like it used to be just buying stock to sell stock. Now you're writing a call to buy one back. You get that calm, you become more focused, you become even deadlier for the other side. It's incredible how good you can get at this, and disciplined you start to become, and you begin to really learn to sit back in your chair more like this. You're just kind of going, okay, I'm not intimidated by this market anymore. I'm not intimidated by a stock that runs up 4, 5, 6% or whatever it wants to do. You're not intimidating me. You're not scaring me that the stock's going to get away on me. You guys are figuring this out. Markets come down faster than they go up, and when they come back with a vengeance. And you're the one buying in a down market. You're the good guy. You're the one with the buy order, and you're adding liquidity, at a time for your choosing. You're the one buying when you're ready to buy at the price you're willing to pay. And it's exciting for me. It really is. I know today alone, just on GameStop, several $100,000 was made on this channel by viewers of this channel. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. This past week, hundreds of thousands of dollars have been earned in this past week by a bunch of you guys. You guys are beginning to become a force, and you're just slowly but surely and systematically writing contracts. Now, keep in mind, and I understand this, that some of you are just writing options as a side thing. Your main focus is to be long in stock positions, that you have a stock or two or three or four or five or six that you're looking for them to go higher to give you a return. And option writing is an add-on. And what it's doing for you, in some cases, it's either making you money or it is helping you lose less when you have a bad week. When stocks don't have a good week, option writing takes some of the sting out of it. Others of you, however, have turned a corner. You've gone away from the long shot stock game to the sure thing option writing game. And a bunch of you are beginning to figure out that where you want to be on the option writing business is you don't want to hold any stock in anything. You're happy holding options to write options against. You're going to do the poor man covered call routine. And you're going to end up with Goldman Sachs calls deep in the money, Apple, Cisco. You're going to end up perhaps with, say, IBM or Microsoft or Facebook. You're going to have a number of stocks that are going to be in the money calls. You might play J.P. Morgan. You have your favorites. Others of you, of course, have earned shares from your employers over decades, and you have hundreds of shares or thousands of shares of the company that you've worked for years and years and years and years, and you are using those shares as your mechanism to write calls against them. And I applaud you for that. Way to go, because it's time to make those shares pay you money to add to your retirement funds and to grow your cash flow on a monthly basis. But as I said earlier, a number of you folks have become now and are going to become, as time goes by, you're only going to be poor man covered call writers. You're not even going to hold stock anymore. You're going to have a $100,000 account, and you're going to be sitting there with $100,000 worth of long options, in the money options, over 5 or 6 different stocks. And you're going to be writing covered calls against all of them constantly writing calls against all those positions on a rotating basis. And that's what you're going to become. And you're going to build that account and build that account and build that account to the point where, yeah, you've got 5, 6, 7 different stocks that you're watching and writing options on, but now you're adding another in the money call to that one, and another one over to that one, which means you're writing more calls. You're upping the number of call options you're going to be writing systematically, month in, month out, year in, year out, to the point where you're going to be bringing in on a $300,000-$400,000 account, you're going to be bringing in 40, 50, 60,000 a month in cash. And you're going to constantly be buying more in the money calls to get up to 10 calls of this one, 10 calls of that one, 10 calls of that one. And you're going to be writing 10 contracts at a time per position that you're doing. 60, 70 calls are in play at all time. You're a very busy person. And I can see where some of you are going to do extremely well. And I'm over the moon excited for you about it. Satisfaction. Oh man, am I feeling good? I'm in the hot tub at the end of a long day on the air here, and got my hands behind my head. I'm just going, man, those kids made money today, and thank you for the donations that you give me as a sign of appreciation. Thank you, because that's what keeps me going. People are buying classes, or you tell people that are asking you, hey, what are you doing in the market these days? I understand you were doing some stuff, and then you recommend me to them, and they watch me, and they become addicted to this channel. They start buying my classes. They start sending me donations because of how well they're doing. It feeds upon itself. And am I pumped up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. People ask me, don't you wish you were 35 instead of 66? Don't you wish you were 36 years old? And I go, I do. But you know what? At age 36, this didn't exist like it does now. And it is what it is. I am where I am. We are where we are. We're here. And we're together for who long? Who knows how long? We're here. Let's make the best of it. Score some money. Look at your GameStop closing up with a little surge here for 141.35 right now on GameStop, up $10. We got a nice little recovery here, up $9 from the low. Great to see. The higher it goes, guess what you might be thinking of doing? Writing call options. Yeah, maybe something for next Friday. You might want to do something now, or wait till Monday morning. Let's see how the market opens up together. And let's see what this market has. Maybe this is the start of another $5, $10, $20 run. And then you'll write 145s, 150s next week, or 160s or 170s. Whatever the stock wants to give you, you'll take it. You're easygoing because you're snipers. You're snipers, and you're picking your targets one at a time. Fantastic. The Dow is only up 42 points. The Dow didn't help us today. You made this money on your own. You didn't get the help from the Dow at all today. The S&P down 10 and NASDAQ down 109. The big indexes did us no favors today. But we're at 141.11 on GameStop. Up 19 on Rocket Lab, down 2 on SoFi, down 64 on Matterport, ME down 5 cents, Aspire down 15, ATIP up 7.5. Smart Rent down 54. Cyxtera is up 16 cents. That's where we're at here, coming into the close of the day with now 5 minutes to go. And thank you all so much for your following me, subscribing to me, buying a membership for $10 a month or 25. It's the ultimate compliment to for a YouTuber to have members, and you guys, you honor me. I thank you so much. I cannot tell you enough. Cannot thank you enough. I really can't. All righty. What else? Yeah, what can I say? Well, Uncle Bruce, would you recommend buying some SoFi $15 strike calls for July or January for 2022 or 23? Right now, 15s I wouldn't buy. 1250s. Buy in the money calls. Avoid out of the monies. Go into 1250s for those 2 months. You'll be all right. That's where you should be going for, I think. Further out, better. Yep. Either or, though, you can go either way. If you're in the money, you don't have to go out as far, like 2023. So come back into July, but get in the money calls. Yeah. I need to understand what a Golden Bagel member is. I'm here since day one. Thanks for all up to now. Sold all IBM with a 28% win, and I bought the GameStop dip. Nice job. The Gold Bagel membership level allows you to be here during the show, like you are now. You can also join me every morning before 8:30 in the morning. I go live between about 6 in the morning and about 7:30 Eastern time. I go live for anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes with the heads up of the day. I give you an investor alert to tell you what to look out for now, today, coming up. And then at 8:30, I go live with everybody else. You've already got a heads up, especially those who are option writers. You need to know this stuff. And then Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, prime time, you get to join me as a Gold Bagel member as well. So there's 5 shows a week, and the live show that you get over and above being a regular member, and you're making a better donation to my cause. And I thank you. I thank you very much. Let's see. Dropping in for a thumbs up, says Zach. I'm number 206, and to say thank you so much, Bruce, for all the hard work, the hand holding and encouragement during a couple of crazy weeks. See you all Monday, Bagel fam. Thanks, Zach. You have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks for throwing those thumbs ups our way. Erico, GameStop 137. Well, we're now 140.51. Let's see. Excuse me. I'm saving money to take your courses, Bruce. I constantly read positive feedback regarding their benefit. Thank you, George. I think you'll be happy with it. Let's see. I didn't write any covered calls, says Liz. Still a bit scared to do something super stupid, but I have loads of stocks with 100 shares. I can always do this later on, right? Yes, you can, Liz. Whenever you feel ready, you'll be good. It's all right. Now there's something so much better than I have a hunch, and I bet most won't ever listen crazy to me. Let's see. I made 14 grand in 1 month writing cover calls. Once I can make that on a consistent level, life will be great. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Exactly. Have a great weekend. Thank you, John. You too. Nice job, Mike. Uncle Bruce, you have knowledge and you shared in wisdom. Thank you. You got it, Sid. Let's see. What else? Let's go. Okay. What else is going on here? Yeah, we're going up on GameStop. 140.45 right here, up 983. GameStop was running. Let's see. So glad I bought my 140s back for a 70% profit. Just picked up some Spire, 291. Right on. Spire, 293. Number 224. It's T-shirt weather day. Laugh out loud. I'm a student of Uncle Bruce for a year now, and I'm barely writing my 3rd cover call. I want to eventually get to where Uncle Bruce is so eloquently describing. I want to get there. KW, I think it's best to start writing cover calls when the price is above 20 bucks. But someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Question is, who would listen to a 36-year-old guy? There's that too. See, there's that. Wrote my first poor man cover call today. It really has me wondering why I own the underlying stock. Ted Estate, thanks for that donation, buddy. I appreciate it. Let's see. Skole, new member. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Let's see. Skole upgraded to a gold bagel member. Thank you. And we're closing up here. Let's see. Alberto, one-on-one folks. One-on-one folks is well worth it. I agree. I can tell you so much more face to face alone, and educate you so quickly on what's going on here and how you should think about option writing and everything else. It will pay for itself so quick. You just have to make the commitment to join in. But you know what it is? It's all good. When the time is right, the time is right. Let's see. Never disappointed, Larry. And where was this? KW is a member now for 10 months. My first calls ever, I made 500 off of 500 three times, only losing one now. I'm taking the slow and careful. This is a nice group. Thank you. Thank you, KW, for your kind words. And thank you for being here for 10 months with me. A Rosie Posey, watching Uncle Bruce since February. Been watching him since February. Learning here and the classes. Started selling covered calls October, made $2,000 October, November, and in December made $3,500. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Just got work 401k to manage. Let's go. Now we're talking. Thank you for all you do, says KC. I wasn't here till 2 minutes ago, says Larry. I've been enjoying Megfest shenanigans. Thanks, Larry, for being here, and Michael, thank you for the hitting the bell. Same with you, Larry. Thanks for doing that to us for us today. I appreciate it. Not trying to take a job, but just filling in. It's all good. We are closed for the week. The Dow gave it all back, by the way. We were up on the Dow over 100 points with an hour to go. Dropped 4 points today. 4.8 point loss on the Dow. Gave it all back in the last 20 minutes. Just zit, straight down. Down 19 on S&P, and NASDAQ dropped 144. So we had a nice, fast sell-off at the end of the day. And that could be a good thing. Remember, we had options expiring today, so there was a lot of shenanigans going on at the end here. But this could spell an uptick Monday morning right off the get-go, so we'll watch for that. GameStop 140.61 also hung in there at the end of the day, which is interesting to see. Okay. Splair, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you, Splair TV. KW, here's a $10 super sticker for you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, KW, for that. Love it. I love that. Thank you. Right on. There we go. DQ, I make $2. I lose $3. I need to stop sabotaging my successes. Let's see here. Uncle Bruce, would you consider GameStop covered calls the most profitable way to write covered calls compared to the other stocks you recommend, namely compared to SoFi and Matterport? Well, okay, it's not a fair fight. I mean, you cannot compare, $20 stocks against a $140 stock, or GameStop has been now, $200, $250. I mean, you guys have been writing options with me or following me to write options since this is what, 130 all the way up to 300 and something a share. It's not the same. You can't compare I try to compare for you guys a $20 stock. Like when Matterport was at 22, I would tell you to multiply the price of Matterport times 8 to give you a $160 price roughly. And I would tell you that if you were getting $1 a share for a contract times 8, you're actually getting $8 on a 160 stock. Now compare that to the 160 GameStop, and you can see it's the same. It's all relative. It's all percentage-wise relative. Just the dollars are different. And that's the thing you got to kind of get through, okay? Look, if you have 100 shares of GameStop and you have 100 shares of Matterport, don't tell me you're supposed to make as much money on a Matterport call option like a 100 one call option on GameStop. I mean, you're writing a contract on a $14,000 position versus a contract on what would normally be a $2,000 position at $20 a share. It's not the same, right? But it's percentage-wise the same. There you are. All right. Let's see. Okay, Michael, thank you for this. Been a bit. Thank you, Michael, for that generous donation. I appreciate it. You're the gold medal winner today. I'll tell you that. You're number one, first place all by yourself. Thank you guys for the really great questions as usual, and kind words as well. It's all appreciated as you know. Right on. Final quotes. Rocket Lab up 21 cents. SoFi down 4. GameStop up 9.58 to 140.61. Matterport down 69 cents at 15.61. We have 23andMe at 6.16 down a nickel. Spire at 293 down 14 cents. ATIP up 7 cents to 310. Smart Rent 763 down 56 cents. Sixtera up 16 cents, 1178. In the aftermarket, Rocket Lab is showing a loss of 16 cents at 1070. SoFi is up 4 to 1378. GameStop is down 56 cents at 140.05. Matterport is up 4 cents to 15.65. ME down a couple pennies, 6.14. Spire 295 up 2 cents. ATIP no trading on the aftermarket yet. Spire up 3 cents at 7.66. It's a Smart Rent. Excuse me, Smart Rent up 3 cents, 7.66. And then Sixtera unchanged right now, 11.78 trading, but no change to the market. AMC ended up with a 65-cent gain today, being able to pull out a bit of a gain here of 65 cents, 23.11. Robinhood gained 31 cents. Vanik was down 9.31 today at 2.96. Home Depot ended up losing 12.20 to 3.93 today. IBM down 52 cents. Couldn't come back. I thought it was within like 15, 20 cents. I thought it would come back. Couldn't hit the even button. Ended up losing 52 cents on IBM, 134.82. The Dow, like I said, lost it all, down 481 at the end. Microsoft hung on to a 16-cent gain. Apple hung on to a 17-cent gain. Microsoft went from 315 down to 314. And Apple went from like 370, 373.40 down to 172.17. So they both lost almost all their gains and almost broke even. Tesla lost out with a $37 loss of 1,026, hit 1,200 something this week. Interesting week for that one. Bed Bath & Beyond down 63 cents to 13.80. BlackBerry up 9 cents. Royal Caribbean hung on to a $3.08 gain to $81. Goldman Sachs hung on to a 48-cent gain, $397.41. Cisco gained 21 cents to 61.13, but backed off a little at the end. Amazon lost 14 bucks. Facebook ended up losing 67 cents. And Google lost $10.93. That's where we were at there. Over at Moderna, down 220 at 213.86. Moderna has really bottomed out here this last week or 3 or 4 days, I would say. The last 3 or 4 days. It looks like it's bottomed out and is sort of reluctant to give up any more ground. I think 207.26 was the low on this stock. 213.86 last trade. On the market, 213.93, up 7 cents in the aftermarket. So that's Moderna for those of you following that drug stock. There you have it. That's our week right there. Obviously, next week we'll watch them all, but let's see what happens over the weekend with GameStop. What kind of talk will be done all weekend long? Any other articles from any other sources? What other kind of leakage of news are we going to hear about this whole GameStop story? We now have employees based in Seattle, Boston, in Florida, in Texas, Grapevine, Texas, Mississauga near Toronto, I believe in the UK, Australia. I mean, there's employees everywhere. But in the U.S., we also have the Pennsylvania distribution plant, the Reno distribution center. There are employees all over the United States for GameStop, and then of course every store, obviously. But there could be a lot of rumors coming out now on GameStop because I think we're getting closer to this revelation of what it's all going to be about. These NFTs and these these the tokens and the crypto and who knows what. Which companies are they talking to, and what are they talking to them about? Is it just a partnership, or is it an acquisition? Are we going to see GameStop acquire digital type corporations and just absorb them into their company? I don't know. They got cash, and I think they could raise 2 or 3 billion more without too much difficulty. They could raise that kind of cash additionally if they needed it, and or they could issue paper, I suppose. But they've been reluctant to dish the paper around. If you've noticed, with Cohen now running the show, he doesn't issue a lot of paper. So we'll see how the GameStop game plays out. We'll be around to see it. One never knows. Thank you all so much for your participation this week. As usual, it's been great. Appreciate that you've been here, and I'm happy that you're enjoying the show and you're picking up ideas and you're becoming, some of you now, self-employed. A mother on boom pie. New member. I think we've got someone upgrading to a gold level. Thank you for that. Fantastic. Another gold bagel member has just been created here. Thank you, Mother of Boom Pie. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, says Jennifer. Have a great weekend, everybody. Kent, thank you for everything, Bruce. Life-changing. Kid is at golf camp until Sunday, learning what he needs to know. Have a great weekend. You too, Kent. Enjoy the weekend and get some... if you can, get some rest. I don't know if you get rest. I don't know if you do. But you do what you do best, and keep it going. And we'll talk to all of you folks on Monday morning. Get ready for the pre-market show. Mother Boom Pie, you can join us now. Look for the alert that you're going to get from me before I do my alert, the investor alert for Gold Bagel members. Monday morning. If you become over the weekend a member of this channel, a Gold Bagel member, you will then automatically get the alert, the email alert through YouTube, and or you can find it on the community channel, community link, and join me on Monday. And don't forget, next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock prime time. Of course. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. Yippee-ki-yay. You do the same there. Bruce, early in the week, I sold GameStop covered call 140s for today. 121 premium. If I'd held that until expiration, I would have been exercised at close to 40, since it was more like they paid the premium. BW, slow and steady. Don't fill all the bucks a little time. Focus on a couple and others off winnings. Covered calls. Uncle, can you start sharing your availability for one-on-ones? A calendar link. I can't yet, because I'm going to start classes shortly, and that's going to take a day out of the link, and I'm available tomorrow and a little bit on Sunday. So if any of you want a one-on-one this weekend, let me know. But the next few weeks coming up could be classes. I'll know in a few days whether we start classes next week or not. And so there's all kinds of stuff happening here. I will try to keep you guys posted as best I can. And we'll go from there. Thank you. Have a great weekend, Frumbler. Michael, Erico, you would have Frumbler, and the fam, you betcha. Michael, thank you, sir. Socius, have a great weekend, fellow simpletons. Arico, he didn't realize I was asking a question, or he said screwed him this Friday. Auntie Bruce, what are consumer discretionary stocks? I think those are sort of like, like not the staples, so like not grocery stores, shoe stores, jewelry, electronic shops, GameStop. Consumer discretionary. You don't need to buy. You don't buy bread here, but you could or could not get by another week before you come in this store. That's what we're talking about. Let's see. If you're in the money, you're going to be exercised. KY, laugh. Yeah, a lot of questions, but Mike, you got. I don't know what's going on here. Daniel, new member. Daniel, how you doing, man? Upgraded to a gold member as well. Thank you, Daniel, for joining the group here on the Gold Bagel level. And I will see you Monday morning before we start our show. Fantastic, man. Thank you. for this. Ryan, hey, Uncle Bruce, I wrote my first covered call this morning on SoFi. Wasn't much, but wanted to start somewhere. It all looks so big. Thanks for all you do. Ryan, thank you, buddy. I don't recommend you write calls on SoFi, but it's all. If you have 100 shares of SoFi, you can write calls on SoFi. I mean, it's all right. It's all good. NTPC says cool. Thanks. All right, guys. Have yourselves a great weekend. Enjoy. Stay healthy for me. Um, Social distance and wear your masks and do what your doctor says. Thank you all for all of your participation this week, and we'll see you Monday. I'll talk to you real soon. Okay? Yeah. Auntie Jen and I say bye for now.